My family insisted I marry the son of my dad's closest friend. When I chose to run off and wed my boyfriend instead, they were livid. Now they're flooding my phone with messages. But here's the twist. I just sent them a picture from our wedding. I'm Zara, and I've been with Logan for nearly 2 years. We crossed paths at our friend Andre's monthly game night, those laid-back gatherings where everyone grabs cheap snacks from the dollar store and battles it out over board games for hours. My parents lean toward old-school values, not the rich kind with vacation homes and fancy club memberships, but the type where Dad puts in extra hours at his job and Mom pinches pennies at the supermarket. They've always prioritized family, which often translates to Dad's word being law. Logan and I kept our relationship quiet around them. Not exactly a secret, but we didn't flaunt it either. He'd show up to some family gatherings, bring flowers for Mum, which she'd pointedly stash in the kitchen instead of the living room, and try chatting about sports with Dad, who'd usually just grunt back. So yesterday, I arrived for our usual Sunday dinner. Everything seemed fine at first. Mum was cooking her signature pot roast, the kind she stretches across the week, Dad was glued to the TV, and my sister Vera was texting away on the couch. Then I spotted extra spots set at the table. "Who else is coming?" I asked Mum while tossing the salad. "Oh, Warren and Dexter are joining us," she replied. Warren's been Dad's best buddy since high school, and they work together. I hardly know Dexter, his son, except that he's 27 and also works with them. Dinner started off normally. Warren and Dexter arrived, the latter in a stiff, brand-new button-up still creased from the package. Mum kept piling the best meat slices onto Dexter's plate while shooting me odd, loaded glances. Vera nudged me under the table, her eyes wide like she was in on some secret I'd missed. Then, between the pot roast and Mum's store-bought brownie mix, Dad cleared his throat. "Zara," he began, and my stomach sank. "You know that feeling when trouble's brewing?" Warren jumped in, grinning like he'd hit the jackpot. "Dexter's ready to settle down." Dad pressed on, eyes anywhere but on me. "We think it'd be perfect for our families to unite." I nearly choked on my water. "What?" I sputtered. "It's logical," Dad said. "Warren and I are growing the business, and Dexter's set to take over his dad's share one day. You two are a great fit." I stared, fork hovering, while Dexter studied his plate, looking as uneasy as I felt. The brownie tasted like dust. "I'm dating Logan," I said, pointing out what they all knew. Mum waved it off. "Oh, sweetie, that's just a young girl's fling. This is about your future." Dad nodded. "Logan's decent, but he's not going places. Dexter has a solid path ahead." Dexter stayed silent, still fixated on his dessert. Warren beamed like he'd saved the world, and my parents waited for my agreement. "This is nuts," I said. "I'm not marrying Dexter. I love Logan." Dad's face turned a shade of purple. "This isn't about love, Zara. It's about family and stability." I grabbed my crossbody bag and bolted. Logan was waiting in his car around the corner. We'd planned to hit Walmart for apartment stuff after dinner. My hands shook as I fumbled with the seatbelt. That was yesterday. Today, my phone's exploding with Mum's pleas to be sensible and think of the family. Vera sent a flurry of stunned texts, warning me Dad's dead serious. Even my cousin Ophelia called to check if the rumours were true. Logan and I stayed up late in his cramped studio, hashing out our next step. We'd been planning to move in together next month when his lease ends. Just a modest 2-bedroom in Andre's complex. We've been saving quietly. Now I'm wondering if we should fast-track it. I've muted most of my family's calls, but the message count keeps climbing. Vera's the only one I've answered. She's sworn to keep quiet about me crashing at Logan's tonight. I love my family, but this is wild, right? It's 2025, not 1825. Who arranges marriages anymore, especially over a business deal? Logan's behind me but says it's my call. I'm firm on not marrying Dexter. No matter the future Dad envisions, I need guidance. Thanks for the incredible support on my last post, everyone. It's been 2 weeks since that bizarre Sunday dinner, and I'm typing this from Logan's couch at 1 a.m., munching dollar store cookies to calm my nerves while processing this whirlwind. Our water heater broke, and the landlord's ignoring texts, so I'm waiting for the kettle to heat sink shower water. The day after my post, I snuck home while my parents were at work to grab essentials. I hoped to be quick, but Vera was there, homesick from community college. While I stuffed clothes into my duffel, she spilled the tea. This mess runs deeper than I realised. It came out in bits. Warren's business is tanking, hard. Dad's been stressed about cash too. The leaky kitchen faucet screams neglect. This marriage wasn't just tradition, it's a lifeline. They want to merge the businesses, using Dad's contracts to save Warren's sinking ship. Super romantic, huh? It got worse. My parents already paid a non-refundable deposit on a wedding venue, a swanky converted barn, booked for Warren's birthday, but labelled an engagement party. Mum's waving the contract around like it's a done deal. The next few days were a barrage of missed calls and guilt trip texts. Ophelia swung by Logan's with borrowed winter clothes and said Mum's been phoning family, sobbing that I'm ruining my life. The rumour mill's in overdrive. Word is, Dexter still lives in his parents' basement, glued to Fortnite. What a prize. Work's a mess too. My manager, after Mum called the store crying, slashed my hours. I'm scrambling for shift trades to cover rent. Logan's studio isn't built for two, we're tripping over each other, and the downstairs neighbour gripes about noise. My skincare's in the bathroom sink, there's no space. Last night my mascara was next to the ramen in the cupboard. That's our chaos level, money's tight. With cut hours and surprise costs, moving's pricier than expected. I'm selling clothes on Poshmark, Logan's doing TaskRabbit gigs, but it's barely enough. We're masters at stretching rice and beans now. Then, at Walmart, we ran into my parents. Cue a soap opera, tears in the cereal aisle, shouts about family duty, and hints Warren might sell to a corporation. We grabbed our generics and fled, but Mom wept harder, saying, I deserve better than this. Today's drama? Mom sent pics of a wedding fund passbook they started when I was a baby, guilting me with childhood snapshots and venue price screenshots. Our apartment plan collapsed. The landlord picked his nephew. Logan's lease ends in 2 weeks, and affordable places are scarce. Andre offered his spare room in his parents' garage conversion, but taking it feels like giving up. Logan's a rock, but I see the strain. Yesterday, he stared at ramen packs with this crushed look that hurt to see. The family's relentless. Relatives I barely know text me, preaching my mistake. Vera says Dad's muttering about cutting me from the will, which means little since there's not much to inherit. When I doubt myself, I watch Logan, maybe puzzling over Wordle or humming while washing dishes, and no, I can't cave. We're not pawns in a merger. This is our life, even if it's one bath towel and microwave ramen date nights for now. We're managing, searching rentals on lunch breaks, blocking numbers, and plotting our path. Hey, some of you might recall my saga about my parents pushing me to marry Dexter, my dad's best friend's son. A lot's unfolded in the last week, and I'm writing from a 45-night motel, eating cold pizza in my $30 Amazon dress. It wasn't the fairy tale wedding I imagined as a kid, but it was perfect in its quirky way. We eloped after Vera sent a pic of pre-engagement party, invites my parents mailed for that fancy barn, complete with my future married name. That was it. Logan and I had been tossing around marriage anyway, living together these past weeks. One night, over microwave mac and cheese, watching a neighbour's cat we've dubbed Princess, not ours. We locked eyes and knew. We picked a random Tuesday, work gave us the day off, and the courthouse had a slot. Andre, Logan's pal, not Dad's, agreed to witness. I got a basic white dress online, better in pics than real life, and Logan wore his one decent, unwrinkled shirt. That morning was chaos. My dress zipper jammed, Logan's car clunked and died, so we split an Uber fare 3 ways with Andre. The driver kept asking about our outfits. We said, court appointment. True enough. The ceremony was 10 minutes. The clerk munched lunch while handling our forms, and some guy scrambled with jury duty papers nearby. Not dreamy, but we grinned like fools. Andre snapped blurry phone pics, one good one catching us laughing as I nearly dropped our $12 ring. We celebrated at a diner, splitting fries and a milkshake, our budget's limit. Andre covered his coffee as our gift. The waitress, hearing we'd just tied the knot, gave us free pie, our first wedding win. Telling people was tough. We posted the good photo on Instagram, so we did a thing. Ophelia sent heart emojis first. Vera called, laughing and crying, happy but braced for drama. She was right. Mum saw it at the store, called from the parking lot, sobbing so hard a cart guy checked on her. She ranted about church shame, family betrayal, and the venue deposit. Dad, per Vera, chucked his phone when he saw it. Warren raced to their house. Dexter, shockingly, liked the post and commented, "Congrats," probably stirring the pot. Family reactions varied, shocked messages, angry texts, a few quiet cheers. My cousin tagged me in a snarky, ungrateful kids TikTok. We're hiding out in this motel, smells like smoke, Wi-Fi's spotty, since Logan's lease ended and our apartment's pending. It's our first married home. We watch YouTube on his phone, order cheap takeout and make do. The venue called, parents tried to cancel the party, lost the deposit, and now claim I forced the booking. Wild, money's tight, we're grabbing shifts, I'm on Poshmark. The apartment's a basic 1-bedroom, odd layout, no dishwasher, but ours if approved by Friday. Vera says Mum's redone my room, removed my photos. Dad calls it a phase to co-workers. Warren's wife wants a family meeting. Dexter DM'd me, relieved. He's told his dad about his girlfriend, a streamer and single mum together over a year. Warren wouldn't like it. Logan and I push on. I panic some nights, but he cooks ramen in the motel coffee maker, makes me laugh, and I know why I chose this, it's messy but ours. Sometimes truth hits from odd places. For me, it was soggy papers in our flooded basement after last week's storm. Vera called, frantic, needing help while Mum and Dad were at a church event. Logan and I went to salvage stuff, water soaked everything, and Dad's old filing cabinet had tipped, spilling papers. Sorting the mess, I found loan documents, tons, signed by Warren, Dad as guarantor, stretching back years. Small sums at first, then huge ones, the latest just before this marriage push. Some had red final notice stamps, others missed payment marks, a map of Warren's business drowning. Then, weirder still, Vera found printed emails between Dad and a big developer. They wanted both businesses, but only together, with a solid offer to clear debts and more. The hitch? Proof of long-term succession. Enter Dexter and me, the fix to lock the businesses as family-run. More papers showed Warren hid the disaster, even from his wife, mortgaging their home twice in secret. Dad co-signed, banking on a turnaround. A draft contract, pre-marriage scheme, showed Warren selling equipment to scrape by. Dad risked 20 years of work for his friend. I snapped photos before water ruined them, sent them to Dexter. He replied, "Well, that explains the rush." His dad had pressed him to settle down, even tried splitting him and his girlfriend. Ophelia brought housewarming ramen to our place, shared more. Warren's wife, after the mortgage reveal, moved to her sister's, changed the locks. Dexter's with his girlfriend and her kid, streaming online now. Warren's at his brother's. Dad won't talk to me, but asks Vera if I'm eating. How's my place? Mum swapped angry posts for missing my daughter memes. Progress? Warren texted, "I'm sorry, I haven't replied, might not." Logan's my anchor, hugs me, cracks bad jokes when I'm down. Last night, he suggested a cat hat business to cheer me up. Our apartment's shaping up, got a bed frame off Facebook Marketplace. The neighbour's kid blasts trumpet at 7 a.m, but we cope. I'm working extra shifts, Logan's delivering food weekends. Bills are paid, barely. Vera says Dad's in the garage a lot, puzzling next steps. The developer bailed when the merger tanked. Mom told a friend they might sell the house, home since before me. I feel guilt, though it's not mine, and anger they used my life for this. Mostly, I'm exhausted. I didn't plan another post, but Thanksgiving was unreal, and you might want the end of this arranged marriage saga. Logan and I are still in our tiny place. We ditched the air mattress for a real bed frame. The neighbour's kid swapped trumpet for drums. Improvement. Our other neighbour from a furniture outlet got us a cheap couch with a stain resembling Danny DeVito if you tilt your head. It's cosy, though. 2 months back, Mum started odd thinking of you texts, late-night ones tied to sappy Facebook videos. Then she asked for coffee. I agreed, tired of Walmart hide-and-seek. We met at the diner from our wedding reception. She wept into her coffee, I fiddled with my tea, and we talked, really talked. Dad's business limps on, downsized, sold gear, smaller office, but alive. Warren's didn't make it. He and his wife split. She kept the house after those hidden mortgages. He's at his brother's, paying rent now. Dexter's thriving, living with his girlfriend and her kid, streaming on Twitch, earning well. His mum says he's the happiest in years. He and Logan gamed together, strange but cool. Dad took time. Our car died again. Duct tape and prayers aren't enough. Logan was tinkering in the parking lot when Dad appeared. Vera told Mum, Mum told Dad. He didn't talk much, just helped. Now they swap car video links. Dad still avoids me, but sends Logan sale auto parts. Small wins. Thanksgiving tested us. Mum pushed for us to come. Logan said free food's a deal on our budget. It was weird. Aunt Alice jabbed at unusual choices. Uncle Bob ignored us, but Vera and Ophelia shielded us. Mum put our wedding photo on the mantel, next to my awkward 7th grade pic. Braces and butterfly clips intact. Warren's ex-wife showed up, still Mum's friend, with killer sweet potato casserole, raving about self-discovery and pottery. Dad sank into his mashed potatoes. Cousin Andre, not Logan's Andre, announced his engagement. The family dove into wedding plans, venues, flowers. Mum winked at me across the table. Growth. Our place is small, but home. My ring turned my finger green. It fits our vibe. The car still clunks, but we're saving. Slowly. Work's steady. Logan's taking online tech courses. I might too, but shifts keep me busy. Vera visits with Mum's food, maybe spying. Clean place, veggies. She updates me. Warren's struggling. Dexter's kid calls him Papa D. We're okay, navigating this life we chose. Please like and subscribe my channel.